Lesson 12. The BBG. Hilaire Belloc. Introduction. Hilaire Belloc is a famous humorist. His writings, especially his skits, saturate with satire and humor. He has written verses and novels too. After a brief indulgence in politics, he switched over to literature as his full-time pursuit. BBG describes the life of Lord Pallington, who became rich by exploiting the blind beggars of London. Contents. Late Lord Pallington was originally known as Mr. Pauк at the initial stage of his life. He aspired to grow rich. A trifling accident paved way for the success of his life. One day, he saw a blind beggar with his tin mug, little dog, and shielded eyes. A fantastic idea dawned suddenly in his mind. He dropped a 1-penny coin in the tin mug. He dropped another half-penny and studied the facial change of the beggar. From the unchanged facial expression of the beggar, Pauк discerned that the blind beggar was accustomed to receive several coins at a time, so he discovered that begging was really a profitable occupation. He watched the blind beggar through a window from the opposite house. He kept vigil till the late evening and prepared statistics about the day's collection of the beggar. At 9 o'clock in the evening he shuffled away with his dog tapping with his stick. On reaching his safe, lonely place he removed off his eye shield and the placard. Mr. Pauк watched the blind beggar from his refuge. He reckoned the day's collection to be 1.4 shillings. Then the blind beggar darted still further westward. Mr. Pauк continued his vigil for 2 more days. On the third day he learnt about the small levy on which the police allowed the beggar a monopoly. Soon, Mr. Pauк started his profitable profession of begging. Within days, Mr. Pauk's responsibility and jurisdiction increased. He appointed many watchers to assist him. The number of assistants soon increased from 5 to 10 at all important centers. Within a year, Mr. Pauк was able to enlist as much as 103 beggars, of whom 27 were not really blind. To some of them, Mr. Pauк expressed his sympathy for their low income and promised them an enhancement. To some others, he assured receipts. Some else were threatened with a police complaint for malfeasance. And, to some else who were not really blind, he informed that they would be suitably dealt with by some powerful agents. In some cases even restitution was demanded. So some of the beggars resorted to police help, but in vain. The police themselves threatened some of the beggars with the loss of their usual area. By effective measures like these, Mr. Pauк was growing rich and came to be called as the King of Beggars. Mr. Pauк was playing a dual role. On the one hand, he was strongly denouncing the growth of mendicancy and, on the other, went on stressing the necessity of its organization. For the charitable-minded ones, He promised solemnly that accounts were very neatly maintained and audited by PAOK's own nephew periodically. He advocated thriftiness to his mendicant members. He provided the blind beggars with uniforms inscribed with BBG. BBG had acquired such a renown that great people volunteered to encourage it by their substantial contributions. Charles Hagley celebrated Mr. PAOK's Christ-like efforts. One Miss Masham, on a royalty basis, set it to music and sung it as devotional song at all sacred places. Every Londoner was familiar with BBG. Some who duplicated the uniform were punished seriously by magistrates for sacrilege. The sound and prudent management attracted some small trades too. Consequently, central and district offices were established at various parts of London in artistic premises. Soon, a number of officials were posted to manage the affairs of the guild. Even banking operations came into existence with foreign exchange facilities. Mr. PAOK became Mr. Henry PAOK and then Lord Pallington, as his financial and social status went on developing. But he did not live long to see the prosperity of the BBG founded by him. He died of a peculiar disease, Secopenuria, at his comparatively early age of 69. His monument found its place among that of big people. By the laudable service of the BBG family, even death rate by starvation and illegitimate births got considerably reduced. Summary. The author, in his own humorous manner, narrates the story of the BBG family. It all started with the ambition of PAOK to grow rich in life. Accidentally, his ambition was attained when one day he dropped 2 coins into the tin mug of a blind beggar. The undisturbed facial expression of the blind beggar on receiving 2 coins made PAOK assume that the beggar was accustomed to receiving lot of alms at a time. PAOK started watching the beggar and noticed that his daily collection was as much as 1.4 shillings. A brilliant idea struck PAOK and he hired blind beggars of the city to beg for him. Starting initially with 4 or 5 beggars, the number of people he hired went on increasing due to good profits that he acquired. With the money raised by the beggars, PAOK started a charitable organization called the BBG, and this became very popular in quick time. It grew into a full-fledged organization with uniforms for its staff. PAOK's social status also began to grow. He became Mr. Henry PAOK and then Lord Pallington. PAOK did not live long enough to enjoy his prosperity, for he died at the early age of 69 owing to a peculiar disease. But his monument found its place among the big people of the city. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe and share.